Hello, today we're making an Opera Torte and I'm gonna start by making my coffee syrup. So we're gonna throw this burner on and I'm just gonna put the water and the sugar in here. And give it a little shake, we don't wanna stir it. And we're just gonna let this heat up to a boil until that sugar dissolves, and then we're going to turn it off, take it off the heat, and we'll add, I have my coffee espresso and my brandy in here. Now I have my simple syrup, it's all dissolved. I've dissolved all the sugar and I'm removing it from the heat now. We're going to turn that burner off so we don't burn the house down. And we're gonna add the brandy and the espresso. And then we're just gonna let this come to room temperature in one of my little glass jars. Give me one moment. Oh, no, not that jar. That still smells like garlic. Will be unfortunate if I put it in there. Let's see. We're gonna let that come to room temperature in here. Ooh. Making a bit of a mess. Awesome. That filled that bottle pretty nicely, actually. And that's gonna be our coffee syrup. Now we have our Opera Torte. We have all of our pieces. We've got our coffee syrup. We have our ganache, our French buttercream, and our jaconde sponge. I'm just gonna snip the tip off of my pastry bag. We're gonna pipe some buttercream onto this. Alrighty, then I'm just gonna eat. Oh, this will be my non-alcoholic one. I'm making one with the coffee syrup and one without, as my son is 3 years old and should not have alcohol. But he would be so upset with me if I didn't make him at least some that he could try. So this one's gonna be my non-alcoholic version. I'm just gonna make that nice and even. Alrighty, then we're gonna layer another one on top. And then we're gonna add some ganache. Right over the top of that one. And then we're gonna add our last cake layer. We're gonna add more buttercream. I'm just gonna smooth this to the top. And then we're gonna put this in the fridge to solidify so that we can pour our ganache over top and create a nice little torte. So there's gonna be a version for mom and dad, and then a version for my son. And this is my son's. Alrighty, this is gonna go in the fridge, and then we're gonna do the other one with the coffee. With the coffee syrup. This one, we're gonna do this. We're gonna add, oh, that lid is on pretty tight, so that's good. And we're gonna just gently pour that over top. I'm gonna grab my pastry brush, just let's do a little bit more. Alrighty. Alright, now that is thoroughly soaked, and I'm going to put a nice layer of buttercream on top of that. And we're just gonna smooth this out nice and even, just like we did the other one. Make a nice even layer there. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're probably going to trim off these ends, and then I'm gonna add another one, add more coffee syrup, more ganache. We're gonna add another layer and more buttercream. And then we're also gonna stick this one in the fridge to firm up before we throw that last layer of ganache on top. Alrighty, we'll be back when that's ready. We are back with our Opera Torte, and we're just gonna take our ganache and we're gonna pour it right over top. Both pieces. And I'm gonna save some of this for my mocha torte since I have so much. And then we're just gonna take this spatula, or my rubber spatula, and we're just gonna push this right over top the whole thing. I'm gonna actually get my offset spatula real quick so that I can cover the sides nicely. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Just cover these sides. I'm actually gonna be trimming the sides, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. I'm just gonna make sure this top is nice and even. Awesome. Same for this side. Make sure that top is nice and even. We'll smooth out the sides that have chocolate on them. And then we're probably gonna pop this back in the fridge so that I can cut the sides and clean it up. There you go. You have your non-alcoholic Opera Torte. And then we have our alcoholic Opera Torte, you can see the syrup soaked through the layers. And we're all done.